Hey, it's Michael Gelbart. I'm an integrative psychotherapist, a relational coach, and a generational trauma healing specialist. Are you looking to discover how generational trauma has impacted your body and your life, and how to heal the impacts of ancestral lineage trauma? Well, I welcome you to this YouTube channel, and these videos are meant to inspire and inform and to reimagine who we are based in a reworking or a re-narrating of our generational stories. I conduct ancestral storytelling guilds in order to expand our sense of belonging and purpose and meaning. Ancestral storytelling guilds, or ASGs, are a place to collectively share and heal the wounds of our histories, to mine the gems of our cultural inheritances with one another, to create an expansive place and a safe place to discover new wisdoms that help us to make more meaning in our lives. Understanding how our inherited histories and beliefs shape our attachment wiring, our intimate relationships, and our sense of connectedness is a way to liberate and elevate our sense of who we are. I use storytelling as a vehicle to move us into a greater sense of wholeness and connectedness. I post these videos regularly, and I share insights and tools along the way to heal generational trauma and understand the impacts of our ancestry. I want to give you my free guide on navigating intimacy. Please press down below, and please press a like if you like this video, to subscribe to the station as well. So today's story that I'd like to tell is about Avarshana, the phoenix. In Hebrew, the Avarshana. This is a story of why I decided to engrave a phoenix tattoo here on my body. There are Hebrew words in here. One says emunah, and the other says shemayim. This is a creature that is unique. Every culture has a phoenix legend. In the Egyptian myth, the phoenix is born at the roots of the tree of life, which is in heaven. And the word shemayim in Hebrew is the word for heaven. The phoenix lays its egg at the base of the tree of life. And the fire that immolates the phoenix recreates and reoriginates and regenerates the phoenix from the ashes. The word shemayim is a word that is both fire and water. So the phoenix is of very elemental aspects. It's an alchemical creature. In the story of the phoenix, in the Egyptian metaphor, the phoenix is birthed there at the origin of life. In the Hebrew teachings, in Midrash, in Hebrew teachings, the phoenix is the only creature that ate only from the tree of life and not from the tree of knowledge. On Noah's Ark, the phoenix is the only creature that there is not a pair of. There's just one. And I think of this as all of us are originals. All of us are unique. No two of us are alike through our voices, our fingerprints, and that we're all original and we're all universal. We all have these universal dimensions that are similar and resonant and different and unique. And the phoenix symbolizes that very uniqueness and originality. Also, of course, symbolizes death and rebirth. And we've all gone through these cycles of death, rebirth. The phoenix also shows up in the story of Job. And I think of that as, again, emunah, which in Hebrew means faith or belief. And what I believe about that is that faith, that resurrection or rebirth, regeneration will occur. We go through these fires and we come up again and again. We rise up again and again. Now, I absorbed tremendous generational trauma. My family went through the Shoah, the Holocaust. I lost 3 grandparents, a great-grandmother, dozens of aunts and uncles, cousins, who perished in the atrocities, murdered by fire or by firing squad. The ashes of my ancestors formed the soil, forged the soil of the rebirth. When I think about Israel, Israel did come out of the ashes of that fire. The state of Israel did emerge as a birth and is going through tremendous growing pains right now. When I was very young, Holocaust survivors would gather in Cleveland, Ohio, where I was born, at a place called Rose Farm. And there was a swimming hole. And I remember very much swimming in that pond with the dragonflies, surrounded by all these Holocaust survivors and their children. And it was amazing how resilient that generation of survivors were. They rebuilt, they bonded together, they built their lives and their families. They took us camping, they took us to places where we played baseball. They gave us really great childhoods. And to me, that's the Phoenix Prize. The story of this tattoo is that 19 years ago at Burning Man, I was in the temple watching this fire destroy exquisite beauty. This sacred place of prayer, of mourning, of celebration. People were inspired and dedicated to dropping into the sacredness of their lives. As the fire burned, the phoenix arose, and I observed others' tattoos and decided right then and there to imprint a tattoo on my body. For years, 19 years, I thought about this. This is not an impulse tattoo. So when I met Brittany, a deeply spiritual and creative tattoo artist, when my girlfriend Beatrice was imprinting a tree of life tattoo on her arm, upper arm, I recognized she was the artist that would imprint and engrave this tattoo on me. Emunah Shemayim, faith, confidence, patience, belief and renewal. Shemayim, sky and water, fire and roots, alchemical transformation. The phoenix is elementary. I placed this phoenix on a birthmark that I have that is exactly where in Jewish practice, Orthodox men and some women bind straps, leather straps on with a box of prayers. It says the Shema. Again, the Shin, which is fire. Shema is to listen. It's the essential prayer in the Hebrew tradition with another box right here in the third eye. So the fact that I have this tattoo near this egg, to me is very symbolic of how my neshama, my Jewish soul, is imprinted right here. My father's tattoo of concentration camp, Death March, is right here, where my son also tattooed. So I decided, despite the prohibition against tattooing, that I would have this tattoo on my arm. This is a way that I'm regenerating and re-originating who I am in the transformation of my inherited history. I feel very much a fire. I burn deeply in intensity in my core. I'm also very emotionally sensitive. So I have my Aries sun and my Cancer moon, which makes me both fiery, intense, aggressive, force of nature, and also watery, fluid, of changeable moods, expansive and contractive. I swim in pools of blessings, like that lake at Rose Farm, watching the dragonfly dance. I expand with creatures of wings. I feel myself very expansive and ecstatic in my elevated states. And I plunge into the waters. I fall into caverns. I fall deep into what the Greeks call katabasis, the plunge into the depths. I have great enthusiasm and desire and motivation. Much of that is fueled by the generational trauma that I've inherited. This inspirational enthusiasm gives lift to my wings, and my purpose is to give lifts to others, to be a lifter, to be an inspirationalist, to be enthusiastic, because that's my nature, and that's what I'm here to bring and to give. Each of us has our own gifts. Each of us has our own histories to mine. So that's the story I want to tell today. I hope you've gained something from this. Any comments, any ways that this story resonates in you, please do share in the comments section. And any stories that this inspires in you, please share those stories. Come with us to an ancestral storytelling gathering. These happen a couple times a month, and you can find that information below on my website or at my Facebook group page. Please join, and I'd love to hear your stories. And be well. Michael Gelbart.